Hi there. Welcome to Gal Fridays with Poppet and Miss Cat. I see that she has just joined us. I'm going to pull her up. I'm not sure if she's feeling like speaking yet or not. We, of course, have Joe Black here standing by, and hopefully he can text me a thumbs up if he's able to hear this recording. And let me bring Miss Cat up.
Hello, friends.
How are you, lady?
I'm good.
Good. I hope that's true.
Better. How's that?
That's good. That's good. We're both having health challenges today, but trying hard to keep our heads up. And I think there's nothing wrong with that. I think do the best you can on any given day, right? So, um, Rachel actually picked the music that I just played at the beginning of this recording. She's been around a fair amount since we read last week. She's just the ultimate sweetheart. She's kissed me on my cheek twice um, when I felt bad. Like I was sitting there just thinking, oh, I don't feel good. And she kissed me on my cheek. It was like she's just the sweetest lady. And so I know that on social media, there were some people that said, well, yeah, she's sweet, but she's flaky, and maybe she's not that sweet after all. She's that sweet. Maybe she is flaky. She, I think, herself would admit that, to be honest. But she's a very sweet lady. She's a very sweet lady. Um, Miss Cat and I um, are never going to hide the fact that because we're interested in true crime and we have a lot of respect for other readers, we're still watching other readers, not to try and take their content, but to see what aligns and see if anything else sparks. And this week we had a few sparks, I think.
Yeah, it's interesting.
So, Cat was over, I think it was Afterlife Adventures, right?
Yes.
With Miss Amanda, who I think is awesome. She does, uh,
EVPs or
yeah,
whatever the name
yeah,
is.
that's exactly. That's why I'm struggling because I know it's ICP now or something, right? But it used to be EVP, and I'm old.
Yeah.
But she gets, in my opinion, there's a couple others, right? Like, um, I think Hope Paranormal is outstanding. Outstanding. His work is outstanding. But like, she gets, in my opinion, very, very solid answers. And generally speaking, when I'm listening to her content, from a medium's perspective, I can sort of feel when the voices that are coming through are her intended subjects and when they are not.
That's cool.
It is cool. I enjoy it. I enjoy it's like getting to hear other people have conversations with the people I'm interested in talking with. So hey, I don't think there's much wrong with that. And so Kat had seen that Miss Amanda had done something, her second reading on Rachel Morin,
Yep.
and had said, hey, you need to get over there and listen to any of this just to see. There might be some things that line up. And there were quite a few things that sort of lined up, I think.
Yeah, no, that's why I sent it. It wasn't just, oh, one thing did or two things did. It was a lot.
Yeah, there was a lot that was in alignment with our reading from last week. Um, some of it could be interpreted differently because it's done through voice box, and there are some things like saying he has a big family several times might mean he just has many people in his family. It also might mean he has an important family or a wealthy family, which is sort of what I feel like. I don't know how in contact he is with them now, but I believe that his family of origin, the perpetrator, had money, and that he likely got out of a lot of jams when he was younger and perhaps didn't even get the care he needed because of that. Um, and I felt like that energy came up in that ICP or EVP or whatever it is. And the Pennsylvania thing came up, uh, we think. There was a reference to Cortland and Cortland City, I think, is how it was said on her EVP, on her recording. And there is a Cortland City in New York, but way closer, there is a Cortland City apartment complex that sits about, I don't know, somewhere between 11 and 15 miles shy of the Pennsylvania border. And I think that that might be something realistically um, that makes sense with all the Pennsylvania talk and with
It's really pretty, less than an hour
oh
um,
yeah.
back and forth. That's some people's daily routine. And so it's not, yeah, it's just right there. And so it makes it feasible he can travel
Oh,
easily.
to her area of Maryland, yes, of course. And then she also mentioned Memorial Park, and while I know that she was found on the Ma and Pa, I think it's Memorial Trail, there is, in the same city where the Cortland apartments appear upon doing research, there is a memorial park. And um, this ties into some stuff I've had going on with spirit since about June. I had a spirit come, and I think what's happening is I have two spirits piggybacking, which is not uncommon, especially if they have a lot of similarities in their lifestyles or storyline or whatever. But since June, I've had a spirit showing me an image of a park. And when they first showed it, it looked one certain way, but then it kept changing. Like they would show me the vision, right? And it was like, couldn't figure it out. Like it was like, is this two memorial parks or is this one memorial park with different areas? And there were some things about each vision that were incredibly distinct, and it's been going on for months. And I can say, at least as I was perceiving it, and I still am, the the person that was showing me this is a homeless woman from my neck of the woods who is deceased. She's connected to our family through a pet adoption, a pet that was adopted at a shelter, and she came to see me to explain why she didn't retrieve her pet, and started showing me a park that I've now managed to locate in my area as well that matches why the vision changed. So I was seeing two parks. But the person here, right, at least based on what she's been able to tell me, is around 37 years of age. I keep checking police reports in my area. No one has reported her as being found. And as of the last time I spoke with her, she was claiming she had not been discovered yet. And she's been worrying about her family. I am not as awesome as some people who can track a trail. Maybe I could, maybe because I've got great guides and spirits and things, but it's not something I've practiced. So it's not something I've pursued with her. And actually, once she followed me to the location of her dog and saw her dog happy, she calmed down quite a bit. So, but she was showing me basically two parks. So this park, this memorial park, I think it's Hagerstown, Maryland. I think that's the right word. I have it. I need to look. I have it here in my screenshots, I think.
No, that's what it's called. You
Is
got it.
and so that is where the Cortland City apartments are. That is also where the memorial park is. And if you ever are interested yourself and you go and look on the internet to find this memorial park in Hagerstown, Maryland, um, it has really distinct signage because it is a war memorial park. It also has some sculptures that are very distinct that are like soldiers' boots with guns in them with helmets, resting on the top of the gun. These are all things that I've been looking at in my mind's eye since June. Somebody's been sharing that information with me since June. So it's hard for me to think that it's not related, given that another professional used their equipment and their connection to pull that information. And
Yeah, she asks her guides to bring in the spirits to speak.
mhm. Yeah, I'm a big fan of hers, actually. Um, but so it's hard for me to think that this is not connected. Like I'm not a great artist, but I could have drawn you some of the signs in this park in Maryland, and I don't know if I've been to Maryland. I was under the age of 3, so it's not something or a place I've been to. And the elements that didn't match up are belong in the park that's near where I live. So it was 2 elements. Another thing that Kat then found doing her research is, would you want to tell them? I'm not sure how you're feeling. That's why I keep plowing through.
Oh, sorry, unmute.
It's
Um,
okay.
you spoke about the location and the person, and so
hmm
I'm a Googler, and I just put woman. Oh, I can't exactly think of what I put, but I put like Hager Memorial Park, um, homeless woman found, and found an article.
Yeah,
and and in
and
finding that article, I sent it to Plucky, and she's it had more information in there that rang true to what she was getting.
it was it was interesting because what Kat found was an article about a homeless woman that they found deceased in this park in Maryland, this memorial park. And they said she was a well-known homeless person, and they can, in fact, absolutely finitely confirm that her death was a homicide. The other interesting thing is they discovered her somewhere around May 26th, and I started, getting visions in the first week of June, which is right around my timetable usually for a lot of things. It seems to, unless it's immediate family or something I'm pursuing right away. If somebody tells me, hey, my pet or my family member just died, I'll look for them, and usually I can find them pretty quickly, in the energy field of the world. But um, if it's something that I don't know directly about or somebody's not directing me to, usually things float my way in about 2 weeks for whatever reason. Like I'll be like, um, not having spoken to like a friend or something for a year, and then I'll be like realizing, oh my gosh, I think their husband passed away, and then I'll realize, oh, it was 2 weeks ago. So when I go to research, so it's sort of, I think, when I'm like being a tertiary person that gets a visit, right? They come and visit me, but it's after they've handled some other things or something, because it's usually about 2 weeks, at least our time. I don't know how it is in their time. It might feel right away, or it might feel like long. I'm not sure. Oh, they just said right away. It feels like right away. Um, so what was interesting to me about this, and it's sad, but so she's found in this park where it's quite possible that this perpetrator has at least spent some time, especially if, like, a lot of people suspect he's blending in with homeless communities, or he is actively homeless at certain times when he's pursuing drugs or some sort of other thing, or if he's having mental episodes. Um, it doesn't seem far-fetched to me that he would be there. I haven't done any rods or anything yet to confirm that, to be honest, but it feels like the right kind of trail to follow just based on what we learned this week. The woman that was found was 37 years old. And the spirit that kept coming to me starting in June said she was a 37-year-old woman. Now, she said that she was tied to my sister in law's dog. And I don't disbelieve her. I saw her follow me to their house and see the dog. So I think it was a case of one 37-year-old deceased homeless woman sort of drew the energy of another potentially 37-year-old deceased homeless woman. Um, and we just didn't have as much to talk about, me and the second lady. She just kept showing me imagery, you know. Um, I didn't ask. I haven't asked either of them to show me their death or anything like that. Um, and I know that in the article that Kat found, they said they're not revealing the cause of the homicide, like the source of that, um, because probably they're hoping people will come forward or they're verifying things. It makes me wonder what they're verifying. Like, it seems like it's an hour away. Surely the police have checked that connection, but a lot of times when people are homeless, they don't do the same type of, I don't know, research or due diligence that they always do.
Yeah.
And they might think that they profile differently, you know, um, and so not think to look that direction immediately. And I don't factually know anything. I don't ever factually know anything. Let me put it that way. But I haven't gotten any information about it yet. But I haven't asked either. So um, I think we might spend a little time doing that here at the beginning. Just I might get the rods out and just see what the energy is about that. I may not turn the camera on right away because I don't feel well, but uh, do a general like sussing out of how the energy, you know, what the guides are saying about these places, about Cortland City Apartments, and about the Memorial Park, and about the homeless lady. Is any of this connected, you know? And then there's a tiny part of me that's like wondered for like half a second, could he have been in my city if he was riding the train lines, or I would be straight, you know, I'm be right in the middle between Los Angeles and Maryland. So it's like, would he have been in our neck of the woods? I think that's not like, no, they're telling me no. They're telling me no. But my brain did go there. I was like, could he possibly be the one attached to the lady here?
Well, that would be an odd connection, but I could surely understand why you're thinking that.
Yeah, the right ages. And I know the lady, I know what the late, well, at least this is my assumption now. It could have been that I saw the lady from Maryland. But the spirit I've been seeing since June doesn't look dissimilar to Rachel and claims to be 37, which is about a year younger. Um, so if this person has a type, that's
Yeah,
a big possibility, you know, especially if they're cohabitating in the same park.
yeah, no, that makes sense.
So, yeah, okay. So I'm going to get out the rods just really quick and see if I can follow those leads, because before we spend too much time on it, because I know Rachel, like, she really wants me to, like, she really wants me to put a card down for each of her children, and throw a few support cards and talk about their overall energies and how she felt about them. She sort of wants me to do that for a few of the people in her life. That's something she made clear last week, and she still wants it today because she picked the relationship deck. Um, today. So I would rather give her what she would like. Um, but, I think neither Kat or I will be able to like stop thinking about it until we get at least a little bit of direction, maybe.
Yeah. Or some answers that calm some of the stuff in our own heads.
Right? Yeah, so that we can have a clearer channel. Because, we're just people and our heads get all snarled up and then that can block the energy flow. So, okay, so I already have somebody on the rods here. And I didn't even, okay, so archangels, angels, guides, ascended masters, those of the light and from the light. I only ever wish to work with your guidance. Thank you so much for giving so much of it all the time. I feel like you guys are here. I'm sorry that this feels like a disclaimer. You guys know I mean it though, and I am so grateful that someone's already here. Can you please, first of all, answer to me? Do you love God, Source, and respect God, Source? Oh, thank you. That's a very big yes. Okay. And can you please show me what a no answer looks like just to verify? Okay. Oh, you're smooth. You're a smooth on these. Is this angelic energy? Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Is this someone from Archangel Gabriel's group? Yes. Thank you so much. It's good to see you guys. Thank you for your help. Perhaps we will like to talk to humans later, but I really, for my own energy's sake, would love to have you help us out with this if you would. Is that okay? Thank you so much. I appreciate it. We have a couple of questions about some information based on another person's reading. Amanda from Afterlife Adventures. Is it okay, in your opinion, for us to ask questions about that? Big yes. Okay, thank you. Okay, so in the ICP, EVP, whatever, electronic recording, maybe I should just do that. In the electronic recording that she did, there was a place called Cortland City mentioned. Is that information that you believe was either sent by guides that have information or by Rachel Morin herself? Yes. Okay. Are you able, you're an archangel group, never mind, that was going to be a dumb question. Is it okay for me to ask questions about that line of, yes, okay, thank you. So Cortland City, was Cortland City in reference to Cortland City, New York, the city? Immediate no. Okay, thank you. Was Cortland City in reference to the Cortland City apartments in Hagerstown or Hagersville? Yeah, big yes. Okay. About those apartments, the perpetrator, does the perpetrator currently hold a lease? I'm trying to clarify some things. Hold a lease in somewhere in the Cortland City apartments? No. Okay. Does a family member or associate of that person hold a lease in the Cortland City apartments? Yes. Okay. Now let's narrow it down. Does a family member of the perpetrator hold a lease at the Cortland City apartments? Yes. Okay.
Holy cow.
I mean, I hope my mind is not interfering, but I don't think so. Is it like a close family member, like a sister, brother, father, mother? No. Is it like a cousin? Yes. Now I'm saying like a lot. So, is it a does one of the cousins of the perpetrator hold a lease at the Cortland City apartments in Maryland? Yes. Does the perpetrator have more than 30 cousins? Yeah, that's what I thought. Yes. Okay. Um, does the person in Cortland City know they are harboring a murderer? No. How is that possible? Um, are they connected? I know they're family, but are they connected because they share mutual hobbies? Yes. Are the majority of those hobbies related to the use of substances? Yes. Okay. So likely this person is too busy. Is this person an addict? Yes. I guess I should also clarify, is the perpetrator an addict? Yes. But not it wasn't as big a yes as the family member. Um, does that mean that the perpetrator uses less than the family member? Oh, yes. So does the family member just not pay much attention to the news and stuff? Yeah. Okay. Does the family member have or hold any current suspicions that something's gone wrong with their cousin? Yes. Do they think that they are in danger of being hurt by their cousin? No. So they have noticed some distinct changes in him. Is that accurate? Yes. Okay. Moving on to the Memorial Park in, is it Hagersville or Hagerstown, Maryland? That
Hagerstown.
Hagerstown in Hagerstown, Maryland. Thank you, Kat. In Hagerstown, Maryland, the Memorial Park. Is that related to this case in some way? Yes. Does the perpetrator, on a fairly regular basis, hang out in the Memorial Park in Hagerstown, Maryland? Yes. Oh, one other question about the place of living, the Cortland City Apartments. Does the perpetrator live in the Cortland City Apartments full time? No. Um, has the perpetrator been sleeping in that apartment, the Cortland City Apartments, like every night since they've been in town? No. Okay. So are there lots of times when they're out just wandering around, almost like a homeless person, sort of? Yes. A lot of people feel that, so that makes some sense. Um, so this person, the perpetrator, were they in the Memorial Park in Hagerstown, Maryland today? Yes.
Holy cow.
Right. That one made my
I hear you.
face flush.
I hear it in
um,
your voice.
uh,
And chills up my arms, by the way.
yeah. Well, yeah. Confirm whenever you can, Kat, because I know
Okay.
where you've got abilities too. I'm just plowing through, and please feel free um, to plow with me.
And down my back to my tailbone. But
Oh
other than
wow.
that, no.
Oh Lord. Okay, I'm going to ask the question I don't want to ask. Is the perpetrator of Aaron Morin's murder already hunting a new victim? Yes. Is it a has he decided on a one specific person? Yes. Oh. Um, does he have a type? Do they all look similar? No. Okay. Is he subconsciously drawn by how bright their natural light is? Yes. So is the person he's stalking, for lack of a better word, female? Yes. Is the person he's looking at or stalking older than Rachel? No. Is she this around the same age as Rachel? No. Is she quite a bit younger than? Yes. Is the
Uh,
person he's currently stalking part of the homeless population? No. Is she part of the drug scene in the park? No. Coworker. I just heard you say coworker. Did somebody say coworker? Yes. What kind of coworker? Does the perpetrator hold a job? So it's a half yes. Sort of like,
here and there.
is it a, I'm trying to clarify, does he just take a job and then quit, take a job and then quit? Or does he work part time? So I'll ask those separately. Does he just take jobs, lose them, take jobs and lose them? A little yes. Okay. Does he work part time? A little yes. That's a little of everything. Does he presently work a job? No. Okay. So this word coworker, is it a coworker of someone else other than him? No. Okay. So it is a former coworker of his. Yes. Can you show me using the rods? Open, close, how many months it's been since he held a job, please? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. Okay. About between 6 and 7 months. Did I get that right? Okay. So he's interested in stalking of his former coworker. Does he still see her on a regular basis, like in the flesh in person? Yes. Does he stalk her on social media? No. Um,
Is it a current girlfriend or a dating person?
no. They say no. Um, did he ever date this person? No. Did he ever hook up with this person? Okay, so it's the tiniest yes. So to me, that would be like maybe they flirted somewhere for a second and a half. Okay, they're saying yes, right? So that's all it takes for this guy, right? Is a second and a half. It's not like people have to sleep with him or lead him on in some way, or, they just have to be what he interprets as flirty. Is that sometimes them just being kind? Yep, that's what I thought. Based on another extremely talented reader, um, Psychic Sleuth, does this person that he's currently stalking have brown hair? Yes. Does she wear it in a ponytail frequently? No. Okay. Does she jog a lot? Yes. Um, is he right now planning to just stay in Maryland? Does he have plans to leave the area? No. Okay, I asked two questions, so I'm sorry, I'll have to double back. At this time, is he planning on remaining in Maryland? Yes. Does he have a reason, like um, a child, a sick relative? Does he have any reason like that to stay in Maryland? No. Um, when he went to Los Angeles, was that just for a visit? No. Was he living in Los Angeles around the time of that incident? Yes. So does he like come to Maryland sometimes to like party it up with his cousin? Yes. And is he like so scared of what he did in Los Angeles that he's staying? Is that why he's in Maryland? No. Is he scared or worried about the police chasing him? No. Is that because he's arrogant? No, I thought so. Is that because he's mentally unwell? Big yes. Has he even thought that he needs to be hiding out? Sometimes. Okay, so it's like a half yes.
Has he changed his appearance?
Yeah, it's a big yes. It's a big yes. Did he shave his head? Yes. Was his head shaved already when he and Rachel ran into each other in the park? No. Okay. So he's shaved his head almost bald since that time. Yes. So he must have some awareness. Oh, I already heard it. He has some awareness, and you said, so I just want to verify when I said he must have some awareness of people looking for him, you said sometimes. Is that correct? Yes. And then other times, what is it? Is it completely that he's just like high on drugs so he doesn't think about it? No. Okay, I didn't think so. Is it because he goes into some sort of altered mental state? Yes. Yes. Um, does he have any type of mental illness that we could easily classify, like that humans already have a pretty common name for? Yes. I've been wondering what it is. Is it something akin to schizophrenia? No. And I apologize to anybody that has any mental illness. I think that 99.9% of people with mental illnesses are in check and they're far more likely to hurt themselves before they hurt someone else. I understand that this has to be an extreme situation, but I keep hearing him hear voices, so I'm trying to understand why that is. Um, would you say, go ahead.
Is it psychosis?
Yeah, it's a big yeah. Okay, Nurse Cat, tell us how that differs. Is that like psychopathy, like he's a psychopath, or is it a state that you go in and out of?
I'm not sure the relation on that one. It's been way too long since nursing school. But psychosis means you're hearing voices. You can, but it doesn't necessarily mean. I know with schizophrenia, They have more episodes where they leave this current reality and go into their own reality. Um, and so they have like thoughts and almost, I don't know if it's considered visions in their head about this alternative reality and don't realize they've left.
Right. Okay. Well,
Um,
his
but
voice really loud.
psychosis, I think you're hearing the voices. Um, but I don't know. Oh boy, it's been too long. And so I don't really want to speak to it. I know it's at least hearing and seeing, but I don't know that it's acting differently with, or if it's a the length of the episode. So I don't want to put terms to it.
Okay. So he's suffering from, is it a drug-induced psychosis, Angel? No. Is it to do, oh, hold on. I just saw somebody fly across the room. Was that one of you guys? Yes. Okay.
Sorry.
Okay. Did we just change up who has the rods? Yes. Is this Rachel? Hi, honey. Um, did you just now want to take over because you have stuff to say? Yes. Okay. Um,
Welcome.
yeah, Kat says welcome. I'm sure you know that, but I've got headphones on, so I just want to make sure make sure I'm sure you're with her as well. Yes. Okay. She said I heard her say three-legged cat. Again, she's very she I think she well she's just sweet. She just loves everybody and everything. She says, "Yes."
You just came in.
Um um sorry, Rachel. Are you wanting to change our conversation? Is that why you came? No. Okay, I just wanted to make sure because I know there was other stuff we were hoping to talk about, like happy stuff, right? Yeah, okay, it's a lukewarm, yeah. Um, are you, so you're wanting to talk about him having psychosis? Yes. Okay. Um, I'm trying to understand uh, why. Is this somebody when you saw him around, let me first of all let me re-verify. You saw him around a bit, quite a bit before the altercation. Is that correct? Yes. Okay. And is it fair to say you recognized him but distantly? Yes. Did you like recognize him immediately? No. Sorry, somebody opened the door for a second. Um, when you ran into him those times, was it clear to you he was episodic, like having some sort of psychosis? Yes. Okay, so it was clear to you that he was off, but you extended kindness to him anyway. Is that accurate? No. Okay. You tried to say, I'm just going to quote you and you can say if I'm quoting you right. You tried to stay as fucking far away from him as fucking possible. Big yes. Okay. Um, were you worried that he was going to accelerate and do something like he did? No. Did that thought ever cross your mind? Yes. Okay. But just not often enough. Did it just like it just was? Is it just wasn't one of your major concerns? No. Okay. Oh, it's the same stuff you said last week about like you were not going to get derailed by this person. You were newly in love and you were living life and you were doing your best not to think about that kind of stuff. Is that a fair assessment? Yes. Um, did you ever think of reporting him to the police? No. Did you ever speak to any of your loved ones about him? No. She said didn't want them to worry. Is that accurate? Yes. I'm going to ask one weird question, Rachel, and I hope it's like a big no, but I don't know. Is he targeting next another member of your family? No, thank God. I don't want him to target anyone, but I just got scared about your older child. I don't know much about any of them because privacy, right? But um, I was worried about that. Um, do you personally, um, like in physical life, did you know the person he's presently stalking? No. Have you now seen, from your perspective, the person he's presently stalking? Yes. Big yes. Are you following him around? Yes. Is he going to have to kill again before the police find him? Yes.
I'm covered in chills.
It's because it's so sad and creepy.
Don't know why. Just report.
um, will the next person be his last person as far as you can see? Yes. Honey, were you the first person he killed? No. Okay, I'm going to ask you
Chills.
about a homeless lady in the park, Memorial Park in Hagerstown, Maryland, that they found in May. Um, did he have anything to do with hurting that woman? Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my, yes. Okay, I'm going to ask it again. I want to make sure it's not our preconceived notions or energy in the way, like, right? Please block any of my opinions from my higher self or my present self. Um, did your perpetrator have anything to do with killing that 37 homeless woman in the park? 37-year-old homeless woman in Hagersville Park. Yes. Yes. Ooh, the back of my head hurts. Ooh, the left back of my head. Is that where you were struck, Rachel, or is this where the other lady was struck? Like that's hard to answer with rods, right? Were you struck in the back left of your skull, like behind your ear? Yes. Okay. Um, did he know that lady just from the park? Yes. Why do I feel like, is there a reason why I feel like her death was different than yours? I mean, I know everybody's unique, but like he didn't stalk her for as long or something. Is that correct? Yes. Is it that they had some type of altercation where they were arguing over money or drugs or something? Yes. Okay. To me, it felt, whatever reason, her death felt less planned. Um, would you say that's fair from based on what you know, Rachel? Yes. Now, is this stuff that you do know, or is this stuff you're assuming? I'll ask that separately. Is this stuff that you're just making assumptions about? No. Have you met the 37-year-old homeless woman that died in that park on the other side? You're together now. Yes. Okay, let me verify one more time. Are you together now? Yes. Ooh, the back of my head.
Was she the first victim of death?
Of murder.
Yeah.
Is she his first murder? Yes, it's going to be yes. I can already feel the rods. Yes. Yes. So he sort of killed her suddenly in some kind of rage and then discovered that he didn't dislike killing. Is that correct? Yes. Do the police have the homeless woman? Are they working on a connection between the homeless woman and your case? No. Let me ask this, because it was a different kind of situation. Did he leave DNA on the homeless lady? Yes. Did he leave a ton of DNA on the homeless lady? No. Well, I guess I should ask, did he leave a ton of DNA on you? Yes. I'm
Has
sorry.
this escalated?
From
From each person he moves on to, is the behavior increasingly heinous?
violent?
Mm-hmm.
She's saying yes. And they're showing me a little bit of like the lady in the park, right? And it was like it wasn't a long drawn out thing.
Yeah.
Is that accurate? Yes. Okay. Well, thank heaven for small favors. Rachel, I'm sorry to ask this question. Would you consider your incident to be something that lasted a little longer? Yes. Okay. What we know about, like, evidence would indicate that, I think. So, um, would you say um, now he's going to get sloppy because he's so excited about the next one? Yeah. I mean, it's not like he wasn't sloppy before, but um, how is he when he's in psychosis? How is he knowing when to leave? How is he knowing? How is he not being found out? Like, um, did he have? I guess what I'm trying to say is, does he have something from his past, some sort of training or experience where if he found himself in a terrible situation, he'd know he has training about how to get out of there fast? Yes. Is that like gang related stuff? No. Okay. Is that some sort of professional, like training, like military? No. Is that some sort of like personal trauma, like stuff that happened in his life? Oh, huge yes. Did he witness murders before he ever committed murders? It's like a half yes. Um, did he witness a lot of violence when he was growing up? Yes.
Within the home?
Yes. I'm wondering if it was outside of the home too. Was it outside of the home too? No. No. Was he abused? Oh, big yes. Big, 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 big. Oh, you're like the sweetest lady. She said, I even right now feel sorry for him. Is that accurate? Yes. I mean, I get that. I fully get that. I think that way a lot too, but I mean, that's really big of you to be able to even consider that right now. Like, I understand eventually, right? And you probably already understand why everything worked out the way it did. Is that the case? Yes. Do you feel like there is a plan that's for everyone's greater good that is unraveling because of this stuff? Yes. Is it, would you say it's the greater good that we know when we're in non physical or the greater good that we know when we're in physical? Okay, so as we are here in our human experience, would we recognize immediately the greater good? No. From non physical perspective, were you able to recognize immediately the greater good? Yes. Okay. Um, are you trying to lead some of the more avid and practiced mediums to help with your case? No. Um, I'm curious why you do these interviews then. Did you just say because I love you guys? Yes.
If
And
we love you, that's why we're doing it.
yeah, that's true. I hope you can feel that. She said yes. Um, so do you believe that will he have reperpetrated in the next 3 weeks? Yes. Now let me clarify. Will he have unalived someone in the next 3 weeks? Yes. Um, okay, I should ask this question. And I'll ask it both ways. I'm curious is if he's going to be apprehended or if he's going to unalive himself. So um, after that, does he have? Do you foresee any situation where he will unalive himself? No. So after that, will he? Um, will the police be able to figure some stuff out about his location? Yes. Did you just say he's going to do it in a place where there are more cameras? Yes.
And they'll have DNA.
Yes. Um, I have to ask this as a human. Anything that we can do at all to stop him from hurting someone in the next 3 weeks? No. I didn't think so. And thank you for making it like a slow, no